Hey guys, this is Matt with Comax Gaming, and welcome to your actually third C++ tutorial. Today we are gonna do custom functions, or at least learn how functions work, as far as returning and sending data is concerned. So let's get started, because I don't have much time. For now, we are gonna use the default data types that come with C++, which are int, string, which is kind of not the default, but it is in the std, in the iostream library, so we can use that. String, float, double, and I'm not typing this because I have left some spare, but yeah, void, and so on. Okay, but I'm gonna explain how it works with, I don't know, these 5, since it's the same with every other data type you can probably use, I think. So I'm gonna type random names. So I don't know, display number, and of course that is not done. Say hi. Say word. Oh, actually no. Take word. Take. There we go. I like it. And oh, bool. But we're not going to do bool, and because they work the same. Void. Show number and word. Okay, so you might be asking, okay, what the heck? If you are, then good. If you aren't, then I don't know. But this is how you tell your compiler that your C++ file, this file you're working with right now, is going to have functions, custom functions. So this is called the declaration of functions, but then we need to extend the functions. The thing we type here, as you can see, it says int, string, void, and I typed float and double before, also bool, are the data types, the data that this function is going to return. So here in int main, we did the same thing. As you can see, we type int, which is the data type, and then the function name. And in here, we have to return an integer, because we are telling our compiler that this function returns an integer by typing the word int before the function name. Now if we type string, it means that the function takeWord is going to return a string. And void means I'm not gonna return anything at all. I'm just gonna execute whatever you want me to execute and end there. You're not gonna get anything from me. Okay? I hope that was good, a good explanation, because that's how it works. Okay, so we declare the functions after all the include, and if you use using namespace, then you are gonna put all these after that line. Now I like extending functions after the main function, in this case because this is the main CPP file. So yeah, let's extend display name. So display number, actually, my bad. As you can see, we have int over here. That means we need to return an integer. For now I'm going to type 0, but we're going to change it later. A beautiful thing about functions is that they can receive arguments by value and by reference. Today we are only going to learn how to send data by value, and by reference in the future, because that needs something else, which is kind of not as easy as this. So by value, for that, in this case, since it is the declaration, not the extension, we are just going to type the data type of the variable we need in this function. For example, if we want the function display number to receive an integer and show that number in the function itself, we need to type int over here. Okay, and then down here, when we extend the function, we need to type int and then an argument name. For example, number, because we are receiving a number to show. Now, if we wanted to receive, if this function were to display a string, then we would ask for a string over here instead of an integer. But always you must keep the same name. You must keep the same data type that this function is going to return, and the same argument must be the same, because there's something called function overloading, which we're going to learn about in the future, that is going to play a bit with this syntax rules. So, knowing this, we can now call the function from anywhere in this CPP file and send the number into it. For example, since this returns an integer, it means that we can show what this function has. So, if we do cout display number and then 5, since 5 is an integer, we can display 5. And if we would type cout number, which is the number we receive, and we try to compile this and run, let me put this up, click the button over there, and I missed the semicolon, great, thank you, and I compile this, and as you can see, 5, 0, because it's doing cout. What an idiot. We don't want to cout, we just want to return. Okay guys, we want to return the number, since we are doing the cout in the main. My bad. Okay, as you can see, it shows 5. Why? Well, because we call the function and we send the number 5 into it, and this receives the integer in this variable called number, and then it returns the number that we send, in this case 5. That way, when we cout what this function returns, which is the number we send, we are gonna get the same number here. I hope this makes sense.